Authorities are saying today that recall is likely. Now, the decision to investigate the Corolla's steering problems grows out of a series of accidents and injuries, and a concern that Toyota continues to try to hide serious safety issues.
The problems emerged soon after Toyota introduced a new electrical power steering system, starting with the 2009 Corolla model.
We look at complaints from 2008, there's about 2 complaints related to steering. All of a sudden, in 2009 model year, you see the complaints shoot up to nearly 100 complaints.
Owners have reported their cars suddenly veered side to side, even though they never turned the steering wheel.
Around 60 miles an hour, it tends to want to wander off the road.
It's hard to say which is worse, a runaway vehicle or a car that wants to steer itself off the road. Either one is a serious safety hazard.
As for the runaway cars, Toyota and U.S. safety regulators have known of problems for more than 2 years with certain electronic systems. This 2007 government tape shows test drivers having difficulty turning off Toyota Lexuses that had a new keyless ignition system.
Pushing the button on the dashboard doesn't turn the car off.
It's very difficult to shut the engine down with one of these buttons. It takes 3 seconds to depress, and yet the government didn't force Toyota to do something about that feature of the vehicle.
Nor did Toyota implement a brake override system used by some other car companies that cuts off acceleration when the brake is applied. Not the case with Toyota.
No matter how hard I push down on my brakes, I cannot slow or stop this car.
The Toyota CEO, Akio Toyoda, has now announced that all new Toyotas will include the brake override system. Lexus models are being retrofitted, but there are no plans to retrofit the millions of other Toyotas on the road that lack this safety feature, George.
Brian, you mentioned the CEO, Akio Toyoda. Next week, Congress is holding hearings. Some question about whether or not he's going to show up.
He's not going to show up. He said yesterday he is not going to show up, even though he's been invited by Republicans and Democrats to come there. He's sending his chief aide, but he will not show up.
No chance he'll change?
Well, maybe there's a chance, but at the moment, Washington lawmakers consider it a serious snub.
Okay, Brian Ross, thanks very much.